Hallo und herzlich willkommen. Hello and welcome to this lesson. Today we are going to learn how to conjugate regular verbs. In German we say regelmäßige Verben konjugieren. So regular verbs and conjugate. Are you ready? Let's get started. Okay, so first let's answer the questions. What are regular verbs? Regular verbs are verbs that do not change their stem during conjugation. Now you might wonder, what is a stem? The stem is basically the root of the word or the verb in this case. So let's take the verb kommen. Kommen means to come. The verb stem, der Verbstamm in German, of kommen is komm. So basically, komm never changes. It always stays the same, no matter the conjugation or what you do with this verb. Okay, so now how do we conjugate this regular verb? We know we need the verb stem, and then we can add different endings for the different personal pronouns, which we have here. Okay, let's take a look. So let's start with the endings. Each of those different personal pronouns has a different ending of this verb stem, which we already saw right here. This is the verb stem. The verb stem stays the same for all of these personal pronouns. So basically what we are going to do, I made a list here that you can see for all the regular endings, for all regular verbs, by the way. And these are for ich, for du, st. For er, sie, es, which is he, she, it is t. And then wir ends with n, ihr ends with t, and sie ends with n. Now you might see a similarity between those two and also those two here. They have the same endings, right? T, t, and n, en. Okay, so now what we are going to do is just use these endings, which go for every regular verb in the present tense, and add them here onto our sentences. So how can you say I come in German? That's right, you use the verb stem, komm, ich komm, and add an I. So it would be ich komme. Now what about the next sentence? Du komm plus st is du kommst. Next one, er, sie, es kommt. Correct. Wir kommen. That's correct. And ihr kommt. And sie kommen. Perfect. So once again, you can see these ones are the same and these ones are the same. You can remember that if you want, just to have a picture of it, if you are a visual learner and it helps you remember the endings. Or you don't have to, you can just remember it for the single personal pronouns. Okay, perfect. Let's read through it one more time. Please repeat after me. Ich komme. Du kommst. Er kommt. Sie kommt. Es kommt. Wir kommen. Ihr kommt. Sie kommen. Perfect. Okay, now we already conjugated a regular verb in the present tense, the first one. Now, I have a list of regular verbs down here, as you can see. All of these are regular verbs which we can use these endings with to conjugate them and make sentences in the present tense. Let's just go through them real quick and translate them into English so that you know what they mean. Okay, the first one, machen, means to make or to do. This one has kind of two meanings. Then singen, it's really similar in English, is to sing. Okay, tanzen is also similar, means to dance. Okay, kochen, to cook. Arbeiten is to work. Then we have kaufen, which means to buy. Okay, then we have reden. Reden means to talk. And we have hören, which means to hear. Then we have lachen, which means to laugh. Ha 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 ha. And lernen, which means to learn. Gehen, which means to go. And schreiben, which means to write. And the last one, trinken, which is also similar in English, to drink. Okay, perfect. Now we have a list of all these verbs and we translated them into English. Now I just want to quickly go through them and find the verb stem, because we need the verb stem in order to find which ending we can use to conjugate them. Okay, now what is the verb stem of machen? That's correct. We just get rid of the en in the end and then we have mach. That's the verb stem. And after the verb stem, we just add the ending. Okay, what about singen? That's correct. We just cancel the en in the end and then we have sing. To show it a little bit nicer, so I'm not covering up the verb, I'm just gonna underline the part which is the verb stem. So mach and sing. What about tanzen? Correct. Tanz, and then koch, and then arbeit, then kauf, red, hör, lach, lern, geh, and schreib, and trink. So the question might be, how do you know how to get the verb stem of verbs? So most verbs in German end with en. So basically how to find the verb stem is you just get rid of the en and then you have the verb stem, mach. But some verbs end with ln or ern. There are just a couple of verbs that end with different endings. Okay, let's move on. Now, I have a couple of pictures here and I want you or us together to find the right verb, which we just learned here. Maybe you can take a screenshot or take a photo with your phone so you can see them while we move along. Okay, so the first picture, which verb do you think is correct here? That's right. So trinken, to drink, trinken. Can you make a sentence with trinken for she? Because this is a girl in the picture, right? So she in German is sie. And then we take the verb stem, which is trink, sie. Sorry, that was kind of bad. Sie trink. And then the ending for this would be sie trinkt. Okay, so we have to add a T here. Sie trinkt. Perfect, she drinks. Okay, next one, which is this one, this picture right here. What is this person doing? To walk or to go. So to go in German is gehen. Gehen. The verb stem is geh. And maybe let's use du here. So you. How can you say you go? Du gehst. Perfect. Okay, next picture. This girl, what is this girl doing? To laugh, right? She's laughing. So in German, lachen. The verb stem is lach. And she in German is sie. Also sie lacht. Sehr gut. Well done. Very good. Next one. This verb to write in German is schreiben. Okay, how can we say she is writing? I'm just going to say she. It could also be a he. Or maybe let's take he, because we haven't used it yet. So he in German is er. Er, we use the verb stem, schreib, schreibt, and use the ending for er, sie, es. Okay, next one is to buy in German, kaufen. Now let's use a plural personal pronoun. How about wir? Okay, use the verb stem and then add the right ending. Wir kaufen. Perfect. And now you can see here that the ending of wir and also they, so we and they, wir and sie in German, have the same ending as the infinitive of the verb. So kaufen, wir kaufen, and nothing changes actually. So that's also one way to remember wir and sie. So we and they, the endings of the conjugations. Well done. Let's move on to the next page. Okay, so what are these two people doing here? They are talking, right? So in German, to talk is reden. How can you say they in German? They, because it's two people. That's right. Sie. Use the verb stem. Reden. Correct. Just like wir, we, sie, they have the same ending as the infinitive form here. Sie reden. Sehr gut. Okay, moving on. What is this guy doing here? The kid. That's right. Singen. The verb stem is sing. And he is er. Er singt. Perfekt. Sehr gut. Let's move on to the next one. This one, what are these guys doing? They're dancing. Okay, to dance in German is tanzen. How can you say, maybe let's use another personal pronoun. How about you guys? So you two. Ihr. Use the verb stem. Ihr tanzt. Perfekt, ihr tanzt. Next one. What is this girl doing? That's right, she's reading a book, but you could also say that maybe she's learning something. So we're going to use the verb to learn. In German, lernen. And the verb stem is lern. Now let's use the personal pronoun ich. Ich lerne. Perfect, sehr gut. Next one, what is this guy doing? Cooking, perfect. Cooking in German is kochen. And er kocht. Er kocht. Sehr gut, er kocht. Okay, next one. We have 3 pictures left. So this one, what is this person doing here? To work, that's correct in German. Arbeiten. Arbeiten is to work. So we can just say maybe she, sie. We need the verb stem. Sie arbeit. And now there is a special thing. So the ending would be T, right? Here, T. But we already have a T here, Arbeit. That's the last letter of the verb stem. So because we cannot do sie arbeitet, it's a double T, that doesn't work, it sounds strange. We just add another E in the middle. So when the verb stem ends with T, then we add another E before the last ending T. So it will be sie arbeitet. Sehr, sehr gut. Okay, I'm just gonna remove the axis. Sie arbeitet. Sehr, sehr gut. Perfect. Okay, next one. To do or to make in German is machen. So how can we say you are doing or you make? You do or you make. First, we take the verb stem and then du machst. Perfect. And the last one, what is this woman doing? She's hearing. So hearing, to hear in German is hören. The verb stem is hör. And then sie hört. Perfect. Sehr, sehr gut. One little thing that you can know or need to know is that hören means to hear. But to listen in German is zuhören, which is a separable verb, and we're going to talk about this in a little bit. But just so you know, hören, to hear, zuhören, hören is to listen. Okay, sehr, sehr gut. Now let's move on. What we are going to do now is Verben in einem Satz konjugieren. So basically, we are going to conjugate verbs in a sentence. So we're going to make sentences, proper sentences, with a subject, a verb, and an object or an adjective to make a proper real sentence. Okay, I have an example right here. Beispiel is example in German. So example. Okay, so let's take the verb hören. Hören, we just had it, means to hear. And then we have the subject, du, and music, the object. So you can make a sentence with du hörst Musik. Sehr gut. Du hörst Musik. Du hörst Musik. Okay, now let's make a sentence with a subject, verb, and object or adjective with these verbs here that I put right here. Okay? Let's start. Lernen. Okay, how about let's use just all of the personal pronouns that we know. So maybe er. Er lernt Deutsch. Er lernt Deutsch. Sehr gut. Okay. Heißen. Heißen is a little bit special because it ends, the verb stem ends with a sharp S. So when it ends with a sharp S, we cannot add another S after heißen. So if we use the personal pronouns du, for example, and the ending is st, right? But we cannot do du heißt. That doesn't work because we have a sharp S, and a sharp is basically a double S and another S. So we just scratch the S. So du heißt. That's correct. So we just say du heißt. Use the blue marker. Du heißt. And then your name. For example, Alex. Du heißt Alex. No S. Okay, du heißt Alex. With the other personal pronouns, it stays the same though, this verb. And heißen actually means to be called. I'm gonna write it here. To be called. But if we use the sentence and like translate the meaning into English, it basically means my name is. So when you say du heißt Alex, it means your name is Alex. But if you translate it word to word, it means you are called Alex. Just so you know, in case you were wondering. Okay, let's move on to the next verb, arbeiten. Arbeiten means to work. So let's use sie singular. Sie arbeitet. Okay, what should we use here? An object or a place or a time? How about she's working today? Today in German is heute. Sie arbeitet heute. So she's working today. Next one is singen, to sing. How about we? Wir singen. What are we singing? A song. Wir singen ein Lied. Ein Lied, a song. Okay, sehr gut. Next one, tanzen, to dance. How about ihr, you guys? Ihr tanzt. Maybe Tango. Ihr tanzt Tango. Okay, next one, trinken, to drink. Ich trinke ein Bier. I'm drinking a beer. Ich trinke ein Bier. Okay, sehr, sehr gut. Perfect. Now let's move on to the next page. I have lots of more practice here. I'm just going to go through it a little bit quicker and I hope you can follow. So the next verb is spielen. Spielen means to play. So to play a game or something. Okay. Ich spiele ein Spiel. I'm playing a game. Gehen, to go. Du gehst zur Schule. You're going to school. Sehr gut. Machen is to make or to do. So, er macht die Hausaufgaben. So he's doing the homework. Schreiben, to write. Sie schreibt eine E-Mail. Sie schreibt eine E-Mail. She's writing an email. Schwimmen, to swim. To swim. Maybe let's use the child. Das Kind schwimmt im See. The child swims in the lake. Das Kind schwimmt im See. Okay, let's use the next verb, bleiben. Bleiben means to stay. Okay, how about wir bleiben zu Hause. We're staying at home. Next one, kochen, to cook. Ihr kocht Spaghetti. You're cooking spaghetti. Rennen means to run. How about the woman? Die Frau rennt. Where is she running? Running to, or where is she running? Rennt, maybe im Park. She's running in the park. Next one, fliegen means to fly. Okay. Let's use der Mann, the man. Der Mann fliegt he's flying to maybe Australia. Australien. Der Mann fliegt nach Australien. The man is flying to Australia. Let's use let's use some plural. Die Eltern, the parents, wohnen. Oh, wohnen means to live. But not to like be alive, but to live in a place. So, for example, I'm living in Germany. That kind of live. Also, die Eltern wohnen in Österreich. The parents are living in Austria. Sehr, sehr gut. Okay. These were all the exercises for the regular verbs in the present tense. Well done. I'm proud of you. I hope you learned something. And now let's move on to the last part of this lesson, which is like separable regular verbs. I'm going to write it on top. So trennbar means separable regular verbs. So now we are going to learn how to conjugate separable regular verbs in the present tense. And the structure is basically the same. The only thing that we have here now, new, is the verb preposition. So all of the separable regular verbs have a verb preposition in front of the verb. For example, the verb anhaben. It is usually not written with a little mark, like the little line, but I just put it there so you can see. So anhaben means to have on, or also to wear. So what we do when we conjugate this verb, when we put it in a regular sentence, we have to basically split it up here and put the verb preposition at the very end of the sentence. We conjugate the normal verb just the way we just learned. So, for example here, du hast ein Hemd an. So you have a shirt on, basically. You're wearing a shirt. But we have to put this preposition at the very, very end of the sentence. And that is always the case. So the verb preposition comes always at the end of the sentence, no matter how long the sentence is. But we're going to make simple sentences now. So du is the subject, and then ein Hemd is the object. And that's how we make the sentence. Du hast ein Hemd an. You're wearing a shirt, or you have a shirt on. Okay, now let's move on to the next verb, which is anziehen. Anziehen means to put on. To put on, and then some type of clothing, basically. So ziehen is the actual verb, but zieh is the verb stem. An, just like the verb before, an is the verb preposition, and an comes at the end of the sentence. So now let's make exactly the same sentence as we did before here, and just with anziehen. So you're putting on a shirt, basically. But let's use me, ich. So ich, sorry, wrong color. Ich, and then the verb ziehen, ziehe, ich ziehe ein Hemd an. Perfect. So the preposition comes at the end of the sentence. Ich ziehe ein Hemd an. I'm putting on a shirt. Very well done. Let's move on to the next verb. The next verb is einkaufen. Einkaufen means to grocery shop, or to go shopping for groceries. To grocery shop. I don't know if that's the right verb in English. But anyways, einkaufen. So the preposition is ein, the verb preposition, and the verb stem is kauf. Now let's make a sentence. Here, yes. Okay. Er kauft im Supermarkt, and then the verb preposition ein. Er kauft im Supermarkt ein. Basically, in English, he's grocery shopping in the supermarket. Well done. Let's move on to the next verb. Aufwachen. Aufwachen means to wake up. To wake up. Now, the verb preposition is auf. The verb stem is wach. And let's make a sentence with sie, singular. Sie wacht. Let's use früh auf. Früh means early, so she wakes up early. Sie wacht früh auf. Perfect. Next verb is zuhören. Now let's use the verb preposition zu and the verb stem hör. We already talked about this verb before. I hope you remember. Hören means to hear, and zuhören means to listen. There's a slight difference in these words. So, let's use wir hören euch zu. It's a difficult sentence, I know, but it basically means we are listening to you guys. Euch means like you guys, but this is too complicated now to explain. I will do that in a further video, but for now, just focus on the verb conjugation. Okay, now the next verb, ankommen. We already know kommen, which is to come, and ankommen means to arrive, so to come to a place. finally, basically. So the verb I cannot talk. The verb preposition is an. The verb stem is komm. And let's make a sentence. Sie, plural, so they, sie kommen morgen an. Morgen is tomorrow. So they are arriving tomorrow. They arrive tomorrow. Sie kommen morgen an. Sehr, sehr gut. Well done in German is gut gemacht. Gut gemacht. Das hast du sehr gut gemacht. You did really, really well. Well done. Okay, I hope you liked this video today. I hope you learned something new. I could help you with that. If you have any questions or suggestions or wishes for further videos or any remarks, then please put them in the comment section down below. I will be sure to answer any questions that you have and help you in any way that I can. If you like these type of videos, please press the like button. And if you want to see more videos, then please subscribe. I'm gonna upload more and more videos on this channel, and I'm gonna hopefully help you on your German learning journey. So I hope you have a wonderful day and see you next time. Bis dann. Tschüss.